All right, football season may be over, but that just means it's time for the Winter Olympics. Now, with this Winter Olympics not being held in one specific city, but instead being held in locations across northern Italy, I figured what better than to do a drink inspired by all of the various countries of the Alps. So, of course, we are going to start off with 1.5 ounces of Aperol for our host country of Italy. Then for Slovenia, 1/2 ounce of Slivovka. This is a plum brandy. For Austria, a 1/2 ounce of apricot liqueur. For France, 1/2 ounce of Lillet Blanc. And then finally, for the Swiss, we are going to top off with some perfectly neutral club soda. All right, so with our 5 countries combined, this is our Alpine Gold. Let's give it a try. Ooh. Whoa. I don't think I've ever experienced a combination of flavors so punchy and strong, yet so light. Like the bitterness from the Aperol is right there, really kind of hitting you in the face with it. But all of that bitterness is also kind of undercut well by the sweetness of that apricot liqueur. It's bringing in some of those, kind of bassier stone fruit notes. It's adding a little bit of sweetness to kind of round it off a bit. The Slivovka is our only full-proof spirit here, so that's lending, a bit of bite to this drink and a little extra oomph. And then, of course, the floral notes from the Lillet Blanc play in very well with all of the sort of flavor profiles in this drink. So it's very strange. They're all very kind of upfront, unabashed flavors, but because they're all sort of very light on the palate and they're being further lightened by that club soda, it doesn't come off as a particularly heavy drink, despite really dominating your taste buds. It fills a similar niche to an Aperol Spritz, where it's like Apricot, I don't know. People pronounce it differently, but it fills a similar niche where it's like this sort of refreshing aperitif type drink. And certainly, like, whatever is on your palate prior to having this drink, it is going to clear that off. It is going to cleanse whatever happens to be taking up that space in your mouth. Overall, yeah, just a lovely, fun little drink and a fun excuse to use some of the bottles that I don't usually get to use as often because they're kind of out there, they're kind of a bit weird. But yeah, let me know if there's any country you would love to see me do a cocktail for, and yeah, enjoy.